These eggplant meatballs, known as Polpette di Melanzane, are famous in southern Italy for a reason. They're crispy on the outside, soft and cheesy on the inside, and full of eggplant flavor. Let's begin by slicing 2 large eggplant in half lengthwise. Then score the flesh of the eggplant in a crisscross pattern, going as deep as you can without puncturing the skin, which will help them cook faster, absorb salt, and look pretty cool. Add them to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and brush the top with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and liberally sprinkle with salt. Place them in a 400-degree oven with the wider ends facing the back where it's hotter, and roast them for about 50 minutes or until they're very soft. Once cooked, let them cool down slightly before handling, and using a spoon, scoop out the flesh into a strainer over a bowl. It should easily break apart, but give it a handful of stirs and mashes, and let it sit for about 15 minutes, which will allow most of the liquid to come out. Then add the mashed eggplant to a large bowl, along with a 1/3 cup of grated Pecorino Romano cheese, a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan, crack in 1 egg, and tear about 10 basil leaves, or you could use some freshly chopped parsley. Next is 3/4 cup of plain breadcrumbs, a 1/4 teaspoon each of garlic and onion powder, and also a big pinch of salt and pepper, or also about a 1/4 teaspoon each. Then just stir everything together very well, or until it's evenly mixed and fully incorporated. The consistency of the batter should allow you to easily form them into round balls that hold together just like regular meatballs. Take about 2 tablespoons of the batter and roll it in between the palms of your hands until they're smooth, compact, and circular, and drop them into a dish with about a 1/2 cup of plain breadcrumbs. Once you have a few ready to go, cover and toss them in the breadcrumbs. And it's a good idea to roll them around in your hands again to lock in the shape and a nice thin layer of breadcrumbs around the outside. They should end up being about the size of a ping pong ball. Also, if you dip your hands in water, it will keep the batter from sticking at all. Then just continue on with forming the rest of the balls, rolling them around in the crumbs, and you should get about 20 fritters from this recipe. Next, have a small pot filled with about 1.5 inches of neutral frying oil heated up to 350 degrees. Carefully guide them into the oil using a slotted spoon, cooking about 5 or 6 in a batch. Nudge them around right away so they don't stick to each other or the bottom of the pan, and then just let them fry until golden brown and crispy, which will take around 4 minutes. Place them onto a wired rack to drain the excess oil and help them stay crispy. Enjoy while they're still hot and serve with some tomato sauce for dipping or a squeeze of lemon. But either way, these won't last long. Please write any questions or thoughts in the comments and let me know if you plan on trying this one out. Thank you for watching.